You know, this year will be a very special year at Christmas. It's the first year for many of us without a Toys R Us. While some of us will go to Walmart, some of us will go to Target, and some of us will go to a place where the remnants of Toys R Us reside. Let's cue that music we all love. So this is Ollie's. Last time I was here, you saw me look at all the comic books, and now, well, I'm looking at all the toys. And we're taking a start with the Star Wars stuff, just real quick. You'll see some Star Wars stuff, but this isn't exclusively a Star Wars toy video. Now this is the true remains of Toys R Us. And what do we see here? A Force for Diversity doll. And what do they cost? $5. And there are a lot of these damn things. I'm not even going to begin to try and count them all here on camera. So again, Star Wars pops up, but I promise there's more than just Star Wars here. We have some Air Hogs RC X-Wings. I showed those during the other Toys R Us videos. And now this store is known for its impeccable cleanliness. Okay, I'm just joking, it's not. But there we go, there's a Yeah Boy Ega figure with his hand backwards, and Kylo Ren, so intimidating. And look guys, more of the Blade Builders. I once discussed buying a home built of Blade Builders. So we just see countless boxes and boxes and boxes of toys that nobody wants. And then I happened to find this for my friend Dion. And Lightning McQueen tried to eat my hand, so thank you, Lightning McQueen. But yes, a horse action figure. Royal Breeding, I believe is what the box said. And these toys began to fall continuously on me. So let's step away. If only I would have known that there was a whole nother rack of them over here. And a lovely set of horse toys these are. Folks, send some horse toys to Dion through the P.O. Box. Ah, Ninja Turtles. Giant Ninja Turtles. And they're everywhere. There are a lot of toy brands I had never heard of. I guess because I am actually an adult and I don't really buy toys to play with. I don't know what the hell these trucks are, or that Mike in the Madhouse, or whatever the hell we're walking by. John Deere tractors. They're just not for me. I don't know what Roaring Rescue is. What is the Lion Guard? I may never know. But I bet you it's more original than that new CGI, not so live action, Lion King film. So we have some models. Those are always fun. Those are perennial classics. But I had to go back because I saw this. Another damn Blade Builder. I swear to God, they're just coming out of the woodwork. Thank you, Blade Builder. Goodbye. There's a sexy reindeer. Something you never thought you'd hear us talk about here on the channel. But here are some wrestling figures. John Cena versus The Undertaker. And you get a ring, and those are stacked to the sky. And so are these wonderful Diva action figures, stacked to the sky. And well, nobody bought those at Toys R Us, and they're not buying them here. A lot of board games. Those are popular. And this is the kind of place you'd want to buy them at, because a board game kind of doesn't, age. Let's take a look at 8-Bit Wonder Woman. I thought that was kind of interesting. Caught my eye. That's why I checked it out. Again, you will notice that this store just throws its toys everywhere. I heard a few of the workers talking, and it seems like they didn't like this buyout of toys from Toys R Us. It was a lot of extra work. They were looking for a lot of space to put these toys, but the store just didn't have it. There's our good friend, the TIE Fighter pilot. Not a bad sculpt, but that's a problem with the Star Wars toys. Too many different scales. If they would have just stuck with one, maybe two, we would have been okay. But we have 3 3/4, we have 6-inch, we have 12-inch, we have 18-inch, we have 3 or 4 foot tall action figures. There's just so many different scales, and it causes a problem. Brand confusion, if you will. Here's a box of crap. Don't even know what any of the crap is. Not really worth my time or yours, so let's keep on moving. Yokoi Watch, I don't know what that is, but I saw that it was a Nintendo game. more Blade Builders. You know, I did intend to make this and not do strictly Star Wars toys, but Star Wars is the preeminent brand of toys at Ollie's. It is the gold standard. Okay, let's be honest. It's not the gold standard. There's just a whole ton of it. And, well, no one's buying it. Nobody wants Rogue One figures. Nobody wants Blade Builders. Nobody wants any of it. Now, the one thing you'll notice in this toy video, the one line we don't really see, are the traditional 6-inch Marvel Legends figures. We've seen the comic book packs, but we're not seeing the traditional Marvel Legends. There's some DC Multiverse figures on the same scale, but they're pretty popular. Ah, the Flintstones. No thanks. More DC stuff, the Justice League Mega Cannon Batmobile. Ooh. Man, that's actually kind of a cool toy for kids. See, some of these toys aren't like, oh, you're, the poor family. Here you go, shop at Ollie's. You can get some good deals here. I mean, look, you can get this guy from Star Wars. He did absolutely nothing. Good for him. Black & Decker Toolkit. Just what every Tim the Toolman Taylor fan needs in their life. Now, this is the opposite side of the Star Wars display. More Blade Builders, folks. More Blade Builders. Like I said, when the world ends, you can live inside of the Blade Builders. It takes 5,000 years for the plastic to degrade. And there's another scaled Darth Vader. Again, just an odd scale. I don't know what they were thinking. I guess this is what happens when you license out the Star Wars brand to Jakks Pacific, as well as Hasbro, and a million other places. It just gets too messy and nobody buys anything. On my way out, I did notice this, and I had to bring it up. I'm going to let you make your own joke, but check this out. So now this was the opposite side of the sexy reindeer, and the reason I brought it to your attention is because of this. Thomas the Tank Engine versus a shark. My favorite thing as a child versus my biggest nightmare. Ah, the Incredible Hulk riding a Humvee. That's a cool toy. Not. I don't even know what the hell that is. What's the purpose? Transformers fans, make sure you check Ollie's. There's all kinds of crap, but I'm not a Transformers fan, so I don't know exactly what you look for. But they have lots and lots of Transformers. So now we're going to take a trip down the traditional toy aisle to see what they have down here as well. And well, what do they have? More Star Wars figures. So there's a kid from Rebels. I think his name's Ezra Miller. No, maybe? Yeah, Boyega. That's great. And who else we got back here? Ah, Rey. Rey. The true hero of the saga. Surprised you didn't sell. Speaking of things that don't sell, this next thing, I'm just going to call it a thing, guys. You know what the hell this is. You know what time it is. It's time to check out this excellent Ghostbusters action figure, a whopping $5. They're priced $10. No, these debuted at $20, and they were already on clearance before the film came out. And they have a few more. Let's see who they got. Is this Melissa McCarthy? No, it's more of the Kristen Wiig character. Probably the best actress to appear in that film. I have actual respect for Kristen Wiig. And here's one more. Who do we got? More Kristen Wiig. Awesome. Great. Oop. Activated the Power Rangers toy. So on my way home, I was in a few other stores, and I saw another Star Wars display. This is a Gabriel Brothers store, and as you can see, there are ample supply of Blade Builders, as well as Rogue One action figures, Star Wars Mr. Potato Head, and a lot more. And you get 2 of these figures for about $5 to $6. There's our friend Poe Dameron. Can't wait to see his senioritis-ridden ass in Star Wars Episode 9. No one gives a shit. And here's the opposite side of the display. Captain Phasma and Finn go for a whopping $5. Shore Trooper, some Wookiee Yeti thing, and Cassian Andor, the man who is getting his own Disney streaming service, can be yours for $2. What a deal. Ooh, Last Jedi toys, my favorite, said no one ever. Ah, there she is, folks. Rose Tico, our darling, sacred potato sack. Star Wars Operation. Inside of there is the corpse of Star Wars, and you get to perform your own autopsy to find out how it died exactly. Mr. Potato Head, some Star Wars battle shits, and guess what? There's more. A whole nother table. There's that vintage collection Darth Vader. That was a highly sought after piece, but no one could find it. Now that's a distribution issue. And then we have more crap from episode 7. So folks, this was just a snippet, at least in my neck of the woods, of what is available at Ollie's, at Gabriel Brothers, of the remains of Toys R Us. And it's sad to see our favorite toy store die the death that it did, and this is what's left. This is the state of toys. Maybe this was all part of the plan. You know, people say, oh, nobody buys toys anymore. Toys are a relic of the past. Kids want iPads. Well, some kids do. Some kids want toys. Some adults want toys. There are huge collector markets out there, and these people buy up stuff left and right. Some would argue, well, that's not enough to keep these toy lines alive, but I would disagree. Enough collectors are out there buying up Marvel Legends left and right, and that toy line is in its renaissance. So what do you think? How do you feel about this being the first Christmas without a Toys R Us? Have you done what I've done and essentially migrated to online shopping only? You see, I talk about how I love retail, and I do. I really do enjoy retail, but the problem with a lot of these stores nowadays is they get stuck with backstock of crap. For example, you get the first wave of an action figure line. Okay, cool. There's 3 figures I want in it. Well, the other figures don't sell, and they sit on the shelf. They sit on the shelf. Wave 2 comes out. They never get it, and I have to go elsewhere. You know, distribution and availability and all these other problems that retail seem to have are removed when I just go online. I'm willing to pay a $4 premium and get the same thing I want right away. And a lot of times, if you're vigilant, you can find these things very, very, very cheap. But the big part of my childhood, the big part of my heart really does pine for Toys R Us, pines for that holiday tradition. For me, a trip to Toys R Us around the holidays is the same as opening gifts, eating ham, drinking eggnog, and all those other things that people do during the holidays. You have your traditional viewing of The Grinch or the Charlie Brown Christmas special. I have my trip to Toys R Us to check out what's new. Even if I'm not buying anything like I was as a kid, it's still a way for me to hold on to my childhood. Well, I guess, it's time to grow up, and that's fine. I got this channel. I have other responsibilities, adult things to think about and take care of, and that's fine. But I do weep, in quotation marks, for the next generation that won't ever have that, because say what you will about their prices, and for me, they were about the same as the other stores around the area. Toys R Us was a magical place, and these are its guts. And I know that is a very gross visual to leave you with, but these are the remains. This is what was clogging up the arteries of Toys R Us as its heart stopped. And I can't think of a more honest way to discuss what we have with this current situation. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share it, and tell everyone about World-Class Bullshitters, and make sure you're subscribed. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that bell notification for more. We've seen some great growth, and I'd like to say thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. It's great to have you. And I'd like to take this time to say to everyone else that's been here, thank you as well. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up down the road. This coming Friday, I should be doing a live stream from my local comic book shop. So instead of Good Morning Pop Culture in the morning, we're not going to have a show. We're going to be on location, and it should be a lot of fun. It should be something new and different to engage and excite you. If you're a super fan of this channel, join our Patreon page. $1 a month goes a long way, but $5 gets you access to all kinds of exclusive digital content, as well as a chance to be on the show and much more. Speaking of being on the show, this Saturday, December 1st, 2018, we're going to be having an all-day live stream of Star Wars. We're going to start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and we're going to work our way through Return of the Jedi. We're doing the Lucas Star Wars saga in one sitting, so it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're not a patron and you want to join us, well, it's a live stream here on YouTube, so check it out, get involved, have fun, hang out, and come to talk about Star Wars. I'll be back later in the week with more content here on the channel. And normally I like to leave you hanging and tell you, come back and find out what it is later, but I'm too excited. We are going to launch our first episode of Tales from the P.O. Box. We launched a P.O. Box, I went to check it for the first time, got a ton of stuff, and well, I think it's about time that you saw all the goodies we got. So until next time, folks, thank you for watching and have a good one.